Hello, buen día. Today our notes is we are still in Unidad 5, Lección 1, about your día a día, mi día a día, your day to day, describing our daily routines and activities. And so today we've learned lots of vocabulary words, we've learned new boot verbs, but today we're going to learn about what's called routines and activities. We're going to learn about what's called reflexive verbs. And these verbs usually have a say at the end of them when they're in the infinitive form. And the big idea is that you are going to learn how to say how you do things to or for yourself. So we're going to learn how to conjugate them and learn how to identify reflexive verbs. So first of all, reflexive verbs. Step 1. Well, you're going to notice that they have a say at the end of them. So, for example, if I look at this verb, levantarse, we have our AR infinitive, and then we have this se at the end. That is a reflexive verb. So that's how to identify them. And then to conjugate them, you drop the se from the end, and then between the subject, like the person who's doing the subject and the verb, you're going to put the reflexive pronoun. So, me, te, se, nos, os, or se. These are the reflexive pronouns. So it's like you're saying, and I'll show you, conjugate the verb like regular. Be careful. Some of them are boot verbs. So you just have to remember there are some boot verbs, but you're just going to use regular endings. So for example, levantarse. Levantar is to get up or to lift up. If I say yo levanto, like just yo levanto without the se, without the me or anything, yo levanto el libro, I lift up the book. But if I say yo me levanto, I'm lifting myself up. Like I get up. I get myself up. So get up. Yo me levanto. So those are the differences. You're lifting yourself up in Spanish. And when you lift something else up, it's just levantar. But if you lift yourself up or you get up, then it's me levanto. You get yourself up. You do it to yourself. And that's what's called a reflexive verb. So you're going to take that say, and you're going to change it according to the person. So we had these ones, may. So if you're doing it to yourself, it's may. So if it's yo ending, you have to put the may. And you're doing it if it's you, to ending, then it's te. And then if it's el, ello, usted, or ellos, ellas, ustedes, both of these are the same down here. That's se. But we do it as nos, and then vosotros is os. So I'm going to hold on. Okay, I wanted to move this here so you could see it. So it's yo me levanto. Tú te levantas. Él se levanta. So that's where that se is. Él se levanta. It comes from here. Nosotros or nosotras nos levantamos. So the nos goes with the amos ending. Os goes with the ais. Vosotros or vosotras os levantáis. And ellos, ellos, ustedes se levantan. There's only 5, not 6, you have to remember, because the bottom is the same on both sides. Okay, so let's look at another verb, and you guys try to do it on your own. Hold on. Okay, so we have this verb, peinarse, which is to brush hair. Peinar is to brush hair. Like yo peino, like a mi perro, I brush my dog's hair. But if I'm going to brush my own hair, it has to be reflexive. So you would use which one? Yo. Which one goes before the yo? If you put me, that was right. And remember your o, as, a, amos, ais, an endings. There's that song. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. To help you remember the order of our endings. Yo me peino. Tú te peinas. Él, ella, and usted se peina. Good. Nosotros, nosotras, nos peinamos, like we brush our own hair. Vosotros or vosotras, os peináis, and it's actually kind of fixing your hair. Pein, like, it's like to comb or to brush, to fix your hair. Ellos, ellas, and ustedes se peinan. They fix their hair. So that's what that block should look like. Hopefully yours is all filled in and it looks like that. Let's do the next one. Okay, so on this one, this is bañarse, which is to bathe. So to bathe yourself or to take a bath. And so like you can, if you use it as a reflexive with the se at the end, bañarse, it's like you bathe yourself, right? You take a bath. But if you just, you can also say bañar and you would bathe somebody or something else. Like you could give your dog a bath. Yo baño a mi perro. I give my dog a bath. Okay. Yo baño a mi perro todos los fines de semana, every single weekend. So you can give your dog a bath. Or like a mom can give her baby a bath, or a dad can, you help your kids when they're little, when they're babies. But we get to a point where we do it ourselves and you do it to yourself and that becomes reflexive. What are the endings? I just sang the song for you. Can you remember our AR endings that would go with this one? Yo me baño. If you got O, good. Tú te bañas. Yes. Él se baña. So, o, as, a. What was I saying? Amos, ais, an. So, nos bañamos. Os bañáis and se bañan. What's the difference between this one? Se baña, se bañan. It's the an here. Otherwise, it looks the same. If it's one person takes a bath or a group of people, they need to go shower, se bañan. Okay. Make sure that's all filled in. Looks like this. And our last one's going to have blanks on both. See how you do there. Okay, cepillarse is to brush. Like un cepillo is a brush. Un cepillo, S-C-E-C-E-P-I-L-L-O. Un cepillo is just a brush. El cepillo. And if like cepillarse, like you can brush your teeth. And how would you say that? I'm going to brush my teeth. So take the se off. That's our step one. Change it to the right reflexive ending for yo. Which one is that one? Me. Yo, me. What's the ending here? The AR ending for yo. Cepillo. Yo me cepillo los dientes. I brush myself. I brush my teeth. Yo me cepillo los dientes. How about tú? Tú, what's the ending here? Tú te, and the ending here, as. Tú te cepillas los dientes. You brush your teeth. But you don't have your teeth because it's already yours because we had the te. So you just say los. Tú te cepillas los dientes. They don't need to be redundant by putting yours in there more than once because by being reflexive, we know it belongs to you. El, ella, and usted becomes, what's the reflexive pronoun? Se, and the ending, a. Se cepilla. See how you do on these ones? Nosotros nos cepillamos. Vosotros os cepilláis. Ellos, ellas, and ustedes. Hopefully you have se cepillan. It should look like that. How did you do? Okay. What happens if it's a reflexive verb and a boot verb? Do you think you know what to do? So we have a few more reflexive verbs, but these are reflexive boot verbs, so it's like overlapping. And so let's look at these and practice using them. Okay, the E in despertarse, this E is the one that changes to IE. So, me despierto. So it's still an O ending. We take that se, we make it me, just like on these other ones. But remember, this E has to change to IE in these boot forms. Yo me despierto. I wake up. Despertarse is to wake up. So despertar, so yo despierto a mis hijos. I wake up my kids a las 6:30 de la mañana. I wake my kids up a las 6:30 de la mañana. Yo los despierto, or yo despierto a mis hijos. I wake my kids up. But I wake up. Yo me despierto a las 5 de la mañana. I wake up at 5 in the morning. Yo me despierto a las 5 de la mañana. So I wake myself up at 5 o'clock in the morning. How about you? ¿A qué hora te despiertas? What time do you wake up? And then él, ella, or usted se despierta a las 7. We wake up. Nosotros nos despertamos al mediodía. We wake up at noon. Durante los fines de semana, on the weekends, right? Vosotros or vosotras os despertáis. Y'all wake up. These ones don't change. See this E? It's not IE. And this one, ellos, ellas, ustedes se despiertan. They wake up. Ellos se despiertan a las 6:30. They wake up at 6:30. Then we have vestirse. That's to get dressed, right? You dress yourself. You don't have to always make it reflexive. You can dress your child. You can dress up your dog for Halloween. But if you're dressing yourself, yo me visto. I get dressed. Yo me visto. Tú te vistes. So that E changes to I. Él, ella, usted se viste. Nosotros nos vestimos. Just an E. Os vestís. And se visten. Se visten. So this is a word that means to get dressed. It's an IR verb with regular IR endings, but the E changes to I, but only in the boot. All right, in our last boot verb, we have 3 different kinds, E to IE, E to I, and we have O to UE. And this one is acostarse, and it's acuesto, or acostarse means to lay down. To lay down. You don't have to fall asleep, but if you lay down, it's me acuesto. I lay down. Yo me acuesto, or like to get in bed. It's also, they use that for to get in bed. Yo me acuesto a las 11. I lay down at 11. Tú te acuestas. You lay down. Él se acuesta. He lays down. Nosotros nos acostamos. We lay down. Nosotros nos acostamos para ver una película. We lay down in el sofá to watch a movie. We lay down on the couch to watch a movie. O vosotros os acostáis. And ellos, ellas, ustedes se acuestan. They lay down. Okay, so all of these verbs kind of have a little bit of a change of meaning when they're reflexive. So acostarse is to lay down, it's like to go to bed, kind of. It's like not necessary to fall asleep, but you go to bed. Me acuesto. So we also have another verb very similar to acostarse, because acostarse is to lay down or to go to bed. Dormirse, dormir is to sleep, right? We've learned that one. But if you make it reflexive, it's to fall asleep. It's that action of when you not just sleep. I sleep, yo duermo 8 horas, I sleep for 8 hours. But me duermo a las 8 is I fall asleep at 8. So it just changes the action. It just makes this is when I fall asleep. So that's another one. Me duermo, te duermes, se duerme, nos dormimos, os dormís, and se duermen. And it's not AR endings. Those are IR endings. There we go. Okay. That is it for your reflexive verbs for today. We learned to describe daily routines and activities using reflexive verbs. So, yeah, make sure your notes are complete, and then there should be a few more activities that we'll do to help you remember how to use these. Hasta luego.